Hello there.
The second last episode of the X-Files Season 1, ladies and gentlemen. And it is episode 23. We have 11 seasons of this. 11 seasons. Will I complete it? Who knows? Like I said, it's up to you guys. It's up to the viewership. It's up to the interactions. It's how well these videos do. Am I enjoying the series? Of course. Of course. I absolutely love this series thus far. What a journey it has been. And it is only, like I said, Season 1. There is 11 seasons of this thing, including a couple side movies as well. Man, this is some crazy stuff. What's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 25-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shooting a shot, and today we are up to episode 23 of the X-Files Season 1. This one is titled Roland. We're going to get into the reaction. We're going to have some fun with this thing. And as always, baby, let's absolutely freaking smash it. Let's go.
He's right, you know. You should have continued with the test.
Somebody's going to crack Mac 15, and I want that someone to be us. And I'm not going to jeopardize everything just because you two guys can't wait to see a name in print.
It's the print that gets the money, Ron.
If you want to go down in flames together, fine. You go ahead. I'm going to do the math.
Listen, man, you got to get the calculations right. Even if you have...
Good night, Dr. Keith.
Yeah, like I was saying, sorry, I got a call. I was saying, like, I agree with this scientist. Even if your hunch, like, even if you have a hunch that tells you something might be wrong, it ain't quite there yet, you're not quite sure, then don't go for it, man, because that's when it leads to disaster. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is the janitor doing? What is Roland doing?
The hell? Roland, open the door. Open the door. Roland, I want you to listen to me very carefully.
The actor who plays Roland, I've seen him before. He looks familiar as well.
Stop typing. Roland!
Maybe the other scientists shouldn't have insulted Roland before. That's crazy. The scientist who wants to, you know, make sure everything is working right before he conducts a full test is going to be the experiment of his own project.
What are you doing?
There's some goodwill hunting right here, even though this came out before. I was about to say, he was holding on for a decent amount of time. Hey, come on, camera. Give me that EBE pan around the window. EBE pan around the window. The whole blood splatter. Come on. There gotta be security cameras in that room. Surely there has to be security cameras. I know it's secret and stuff like that, but this is top priority.
Part where the groom passed out or the dog bit the drummer.
Did you catch the bouquet?
Maybe. So is that what you couldn't talk to me about over the phone?
The project that everyone says doesn't exist, does exist.
Mulder, you don't think this has anything to do with UFO technology?
There's something unexplainable here, Scully, but it's certainly not unidentifiable.
Second scientist in 6 months to die.
Dr. Keats?
Ron was working on it when I left.
You see, the handwriting here doesn't seem to match any of the other handwriting on the board.
It isn't mine.
What about Roland Fuller?
Roland's the janitor.
Well, according to the police report, he was the only other person here last night.
Roland didn't do that.
How do you know?
Let's just say Roland isn't exactly a rocket scientist.
Hey, never count him out, bro.
Hi, Roland. Mind if we sit down? Thanks. You mind if we ask you a couple questions? you remember working last night?
I love how Mulder and Scully immediately rocked up to the lab right there and just handwriting's not right, asking the right, like straight off the bat, just like picking it apart. Didn't even need to take a second look. They're just the ultimate duo, man. Ultimate tag team.
Do you remember seeing anything unusual? Seeing any strangers? Did Dr. Surnow or Dr. Keats or Dr. Nolet do anything unusual?
Nope.
Nope.
You must like stars.
147
Sorry?
stars.
Stars, UFO,
You like numbers too, huh?
alien technology.
Four, 5.
Now this is something. This is something that Mulder's gonna be heavily interested in.
9.
Roland, are you all right?
11. 12. 13.
What happened?
14.
What did you say to upset him so?
16. 17.
Now, we've seen this trope before in like film. I don't know if TV and stuff where like a person with a disability has heightened abilities or is sort of like special, in a way. And I'm not sure how people feel about it, but like so far, I think the portrayal of Roland has been quite well done. I'm not sure if the actor portraying him has a disability or if it's acted in a way, like if it's acting, but yeah. Roland on a mission, man. Now I'm not sure if something's possessing him here, if he's being sort of like exposed to some sort of supernatural entity or oh, he icing him up. There gotta be security cameras around this joint, right? Yeah, hearing the breaking of the face right there is oh, some crazy death scenes so far. Damn, that was pretty gruesome.
An organic object exposed to liquid nitrogen. Now, I've seen this demonstrated on a fish before.
I don't think they'll be performing this experiment on Beekman's world. Has this been dusted? Treat yourself.
Judging from the rigor of the body, he was dead around 12:30.
So you're saying that someone came in here, killed Keats, and then just did some work on an old Dr. Arthur Grable file?
I can't access the Arthur file. We're gonna need the password.
Try 15626.
Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Voila.
Someone has been continuing his work for the 6 months since he died.
How did you know what the password was?
Scully's still stuck on that.
Roland?
Miami
Did you
Dolphins?
sleep in your clothes last night?
Buffalo Bills?
Well, let's get you dressed. You have visitors.
Man, talk to Mrs. Stody.
What man?
Dr. Grable.
Was Dr. Grable nice to you?
Yes.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
Wait, is that a Seattle poster in the background?
Last week? Day before?
Dr. Grable died. People die. They go away.
He wearing the same color green as the
And they're not
flashback.
supposed to come back.
Well, if he had intentions of killing Nolet, Keats, and Cernow, why not set it up to appear the least likely suspect?
Yeah, but by the look of this, he's Hamburger.
Maybe he staged it. That would explain why his work is continuing on 6 months after his death.
This obituary says that Arthur Grable was born in Seattle. His father was a big banker. His mother was active in a number of charities. Only child, summa cum laude in physics, doctoral and postdoctoral in aeronautical engineering at Harvey Mudd.
What if Grable is the brother of the brother oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the guy's name in the episode. My mind just went blank. But what if Arthur is the brother of Roland, the brother of Roland, and we've seen it in the flashback that Roland got taken away, or Arthur Grable got taken away, one of them. What if, they were brothers as children?
Brilliant future tragically cut short.
Roland's also from Seattle.
Aha!
He spent most of his life at the Heritage Halfway House. The identity of his parents has been sealed by the courts.
There we go. There's some
very
relation
little
between
information
Grable
on
and Roland.
Before the age of
I
3.
think.
That's when he was put in the Heritage program.
So his
When
parents,
he was born?
judging from the flashback,
July 15, 1952.
did his parents disown Roland? Like, disown him? Because if that's the case, that absolutely sucks.
It's also Arthur's birth date.
Oh, they're twins. They're twins. They're twins.
Arthur.
Is he having premonitions of what he's going to do and he can't control it? Or that... Is he trying to stop himself from potentially doing that? I feel so bad for Roland. At the same time, it's a difficult watch a little bit.
Cool do. What's the story here? The police report on the auto accident that killed Arthur Grable is woefully incomplete. It's a dry road surface, no mechanical problems found. The body was never admitted to a county morgue, and there was no funeral.
That's crazy.
If you are trying to suggest that Arthur Grable killed Cernow and Keats and is after me next.
This is Arthur Grable. Because of the massive internal damage to his body caused by the car accident, we could only preserve the head.
That's crazy.
Wouldn't your client find it somewhat inconvenient to be thawed out in the future only to discover he had no functional mobility?
We believe that by the time science figures a way to revive our clients,
You'll also know how to clone new bodies for them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
This technology is progressing faster than anyone thought possible.
Guy was so confident
Ask
there.
anyone here at the university. So while for us, the passing of each second brings our bodies closer to death, for our clients, it brings them closer to life.
Is it possible the brain is causing the fluctuation?
No, but we are looking for the explanation. The patient's in no danger. He remains perfectly preserved as long as there's liquid nitrogen in the capsule.
May we take a look at Arthur Grable's records?
It's that symbiotic connection, man. The twins.
Thank you. Arthur Grable put down only one donor.
Roland Fuller and Arthur Grable have the same birthday. I think they're twins.
We on it. We on it.
Younger.
Same age, just less hairy and with better eyesight.
Gotcha. And the mustache?
No, there's no beard.
Next.
Pretty on point.
Close-cropped hair with a slightly receding widow's peak.
No glasses.
Lose the glasses.
That's Roland.
Give or take a few pounds.
Insane technology, man.
Tell me about your dreams, Roland.
I love that Mulder's the one comforting Roland here. Like, because I'd imagine Scully in this situation, but Mulder can also pull it off.
You know how to work this toy, Roland?
Yeah.
I see the way you work that toy. Just like what's happening to you. You're the spaceship, Roland. And
You're
your
being
dreams are the
controlled.
controls.
Who runs the controls?
Your brother? Is his brother somehow
I saw
controlling
this
him?
man recently.
Yeah, why would the parents separate the twins? Like,
Roland. Roland. Roland, stop. We need to arrange to keep Roland under observation. He's trying to get away. Roland! Roland!
oh, that's the same front porch from the flashback. So that was Arthur Grable that was taken away.
Well, have you ever thought about calling one of them all day long and then all of a sudden the phone rings and it's one of them calling you?
Does pitch somehow end with a way for me to lower my long distance charges?
I believe in psychic connections, and evidence suggests that it's stronger between family members, strongest of all between twin siblings that share the same womb.
Okay.
Look at Eve, man.
Maybe. But in this case, one sibling has closer ties to a frozen fudgesicle than he does to his own brother.
Arthur Grable is not dead. He's in a state of consciousness that no human has ever returned from. And what if that state allows one to develop psychic ability to a potential that the conscious mind is too preoccupied to explore or believe in? He could use that ability to control his brother to kill those scientists.
But why? He's been working with these colleagues for years.
Well, that's a question that only Dr. Nolette can answer.
Again, this is a very similar issue to what propped up last episode, about certain things holding up in court. And Scully did tell Mulder that, and although Mulder could be right because we know the show we are watching, we know, the supernatural, like psychic occurrences that happen, the unnatural occurrences that happen in this show, it is possible, and I do believe Mulder's right in terms of like, Dr. Grable being dead, or not really dead, but his frozen head is somehow having some psychic connections to Roland, and similar to last episode with the little girl being possessed, the head of Dr. Grable is possessing his twin brother to commit these acts because maybe those scientists at the lab carried out the death of Grable in terms of like the accident and stuff like that. Maybe they did carry out a hit on him. That's why the police report is all scattered all over the place and they cleaned it up and covered it up. So very similar to the last episode, potentially. That's just my theory. But then Scully, what she said last episode kind of applies right here. The evidence and research is kind of not there. Like, how are you going to convince a jury for that to hold up potentially? Like,
Okay. Let's go. I have to call my brother.
We gotta find Nolette. We gotta find Nolette.
oh, now the security cameras with audio.
You go this way?
No, we go left.
Told you. The doctors were shady.
I'm sure you'll appreciate this.
That works. Not leaving any fingerprints. Smart man. Austin 316. That's a cry for help from his brother. My temper's going down.
In a way, that would explain Arthur's genius and Roland's strange mathematical gift.
In a way.
In a way.
Agent Scully.
This is Larry Barrington at the Avalon Foundation. We've got a situation here.
Uh-huh.
Last night we had a break-in at the facility. That's right. Yeah, it's Arthur Grable's storage unit. His internal thermostat's been compromised.
Was there any tissue damage?
We're trying to assess that now. The temperature's still rising. Something's blocking our access to the cooling program.
Temperature's rising
So
or the
what's
temperature's
happened with
decreasing?
Grable's capsule? They're attempting to stabilize it now.
Oh, was it negative 300? Haven't some people done that today? Like they freeze their body and organs in the hope that in the future they can be brought back to life? Like they've donated their body? I feel like, yeah, that's a real thing. Sorry, it's negative. My bad, my bad. Yeah, so possibly what Mulder hinted at the beginning of the episode too, that this scientific project here may be using, started with I, maybe using potential UFO technology. Yeah. Remember the Deep Throat episode? Have they handed off certain, like, this is going to sound crazy, but I remember watching the Joe Rogan podcast. I believe his name was Bob Lazar. About, I don't know if this is like real or if his ideas or like theories or like whatever he says is like horse crap or it's actually real. But I just found it fascinating. He was talking about obviously having worked near Area 51, I believe, and talking about the UFO technology and like the alien spacecraft and object. But he also talked about, and I wonder if this is going to be like sort of in the X-Files, it'd be interesting. Like he said that not one team or like one team would work on specific aspects of the ship, of the UFO. No one would ever work on the complete thing, or no one would see the complete thing. They'd work on just specific sections or objects of it. So yeah, maybe this project itself is like a part of a UFO or like one of the technologies from the UFO. Something like that. I'm reaching, but it's just interesting. Just a thought. Gotta get it back up. Gotta help the bro. He downloading information from Arthur Grable. From the little bro or big bro?
If I have seen further than other men, it's because I have stood on the shoulders of giants.
Where have I heard that from?
No. This isn't yours.
It's amazing.
You want to claim all the credit. He want his name on the
There's
print.
this body sitting there in front of me talking. But you're controlling it, Arthur. When I saw the writing on the whiteboard, I knew someone had found the key. Mach 15 was within our reach. Our futures were guaranteed. Ironic, isn't it? You did all the work, and I get all the glory.
Are you sure you want to get in a tussle with Roland, bro?
Yes.
Oh.
Moments away from a solution when you attacked me. Fortunately, I was carrying a gun. After the murder of my colleagues, who could blame me?
Oh, that's some crazy foreshadowing right there. That's some crazy foreshadowing. We know what's about to happen.
I got it. That's it.
Dumbass villain 101. Keyboard knockout. Keyboard warrior. I don't know what to think about this episode. Really interesting. Especially for a second last episode of a season.
Arthur, how do you stop this? Tell me how! Arthur!
remember how.
That's if he hangs on long enough.
Or he's going to die.
Freaking Roland's parents just gave him up like that because he had a disability. I'm more angry at the parents.
I can't remember.
Ooh. We didn't see the final cut of that dream. This guy got away with it. Didn't really get away with it, but like, bro, he got all the teams. Got the New York Giants too. He a fan of the NFL?
Roland, don't go.
I have to.
Okay. Bye.
Tracy. Wait.
Seahawks, baby. Seattle.
Keep my stars.
I love you.
Me too.
The performances from Tracy and Roland are really good this episode. Feel so bad for them, but like I'm not sure. Like I'm a bit how you going about the depiction in this episode. Intentional mirror shot at the end with the identical twin plot this episode. Yeah, definitely an interesting episode of the X-Files, ladies and gentlemen, especially like I was saying, a penultimate episode for the season. I wonder, so did the X-Files release episodically, like weekly episodes at the time? I'm guessing it was, right? So I want to see the, like, I want to, you know, for those that have watched it at the time and, you know, even watched it a little bit later, what are your guys' like, I ask this about every episode, like you guys say in the comments, obviously, what are your genuine thoughts about this episode? How do you feel about this subject being tackled and, you know, the person with a disability obviously having sort of heightened intellectuality and being special and sort of magical in a way here, this episode with the sort of psychic connections. How do you feel about that? Because I find it kind of interesting because like I was saying, you know, after, was it the Tombs episode, how they talked about, you know, at the end, you know, was it the Tombs one or I think it was the Tombs episode about, you know, something on the horizon, something being there on the horizon, you know, like Mulder and Scully being aware that they belong to something larger at play. And I feel like I was waiting for them to pull the trigger. We didn't quite get that with the episode before this, with the Born Again episode. And then we sort of got a similar premise this episode, Born Again, potentially with Arthur Grable, you know, with those psychic abilities with his identical twin brother in Roland. Very similar to how the dead cop possessed the little girl last episode. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this finale. I'm very intrigued. I feel like we might get another like EBE type episode for the finale, like on the brink or on the cusp of something spectacular going into season 2, or we might just, you know how we've been kind of drip fed information throughout the season, like even like little breadcrumbs we've just been getting. I feel like we might get the biggest breadcrumb of all like in the next episode, the final episode, but it's not going to be everything. Like nothing's going to be revealed just yet. Obviously, it's season 1 of 11 seasons. Now, obviously, if I was watching this through the lens of, at the time, one season. Obviously, it's not going to be greenlit for 11 seasons at the time. But yeah, you know something large is at play. And I cannot wait to see what they go and do with it, because you guys were really intrigued by the introductions of Skinner last episode. Sorry, in the Tombs episode, and the guy that was smoking. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see more of those characters, because you guys were basically alluding to that in the comments. Yeah, look out for more of these two. They're very interesting characters. So yeah, I cannot wait to see the season finale. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. It's been your boy Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.